unveiling of our second annual N6-Get-Away competition winner. I had to write down the statistics this year because there were so many and I couldn't possibly remember all of them. So before we get into the announcement of the winner, I just wanted to take a few minutes to quickly explain the origins of the program. And as Bill and Brian might recall, who were with us in 2010 and 2011, I always wanted to do something like this. You know, I talked about doing this forever. Back in the day, we simply just, as a scrappy, poor startup, we couldn't afford to do it. So it just remained a pipe dream for several years until recently. And then the past couple years came around and the N6A brand really began to establish itself and gained some notoriety. Clients came through our doors. Our staff expanded and became more talented and bigger than it ever was. And we were fortunate enough to be in a position to do something like this. So we did. We took the leap of faith about 2 years ago and we instituted this KPI system, which has been the bane of some of our existence and also our saving grace at certain times. And we created 2 signature competition programs to make sure we were rewarding our highest producing staff members for the first half of the year and the second half of the year. I'm not going to lie, it was a little scary when we first announced that we were going to do it. I wasn't sure if it was going to break the team apart, it was going to be too competitive, if it was going to sort of defeat the nature of the program. But look at what it's become just a year or 2 later, and these are some of the data points I wanted to roll off just on how far N6A has come since we first introduced some of these programs. So since we first introduced our programs, revenue at N6A has grown just in the past year alone by nearly 60%. Our staff has more than doubled in size, and I think I speak for everyone when I say it's become bigger, better, and more talented than it ever has been at any point since we founded the agency. We moved into beautiful new offices in the heart of Soho. If we could just get our damn internet fixed, then everyone would be happy. We currently represent more than 40 clients, 48 to be exact, in all sorts of industries, all sorts of flavors, from technology to consumer to food and beverage to professional services, travel, hospitality, and everything in between. And just being a numbers guy, I wouldn't allow myself to get away without mentioning that our performance rankings are up as a team across the entire agency, 10% on average than they were this time last year. So look at all we've accomplished together in the last few years. Again, everyone should give themselves a round of applause because everyone under this tent or under this tree has been a part of the success. No matter how long you've been with us, if it's been 4 years or 4 months or 4 days, so give yourselves a round of applause for being such an incredible team. And just to speak from the heart, through all of the accomplishments, we just rattled off a few of the impressive feats through the past couple years. 2 of my proudest moments since we started N6A, and it's been 6 years now, were number 1, when we sat here somewhere in this vicinity about a year ago, and we sent Jason off to Paris for being our top producer for the first half of the year. And then fast forward, you get a good round of applause.
Thank you, Daniela.
And then fast forward 6 months later, when we did our first bucket list winner and sent Nina off to Sundance, which became an extended trip in the snowstorm. We got bonus points for that one.
Executive branch.
And I mean that. These moments are really what N6A is all about. It's all about taking a step back to celebrate our accomplishments and to really be proud of everything we've accomplished individually in cases like this and as a team collectively over the past 6 years. And let me just say one more thing. Looking at our team today, being the top producer on this team means something. I mean, the team is bigger, it's more talented. The person that I'm about to announce as our second annual N6-Get-Away winner should be extremely proud because it's not an easy thing to win. This is a very difficult competition. It's about as talented a team as I've ever been a part of, in any business that I've ever been. So without further ado, I'd like to ask Jason Abrams, as last year's winner, to come up to the stage and to hold on to our trophy. Jason takes it seriously, so try to play along. All right, here we go. So let me roll off a few of the accomplishments that this year's winner was able to attain just in the past 6 months alone. In the past 6 months, this person has won a combination of 6 Producer of the Weeks or Team of the Month honors. This person has been a part of, and I'm probably doing the math wrong, but just back of the envelope I counted nearly a dozen clients this person has serviced in some capacity over the past 6 months. Every month, without exception, this person has ranked in the top 5 overall N6A producers and monthly KPIs, without exception, without 1 month where this person has been outside of the top 5 highest ranking producers. This person has been on account teams that have put clients of ours everywhere from national TV to headline print magazines to the most highly trafficked blog sites in the universe, and done so with regularity to the point where it's almost become taken for granted. And when I think of this year's winner, a few words come to mind right off the bat. Number 1 is sacrifice. You know, I've seen this person in early every day, working incredibly hard, putting the effort required, tons of extra effort and tons of sacrifice, doing whatever it takes, always to get the outcome needed to be successful. Energy. You know, I think of this person as constantly being the spark plug across all of their teams, always setting the pace for the rest of our team members. And last but certainly not least, I think of performance. And this person's performance has never, ever been in question. It's someone who can always be counted on to step up and to deliver most when we need it the most. And without further ado, I want to welcome the champion of our 2nd annual N6-Get-Away winner. I'm going to ask Selena Yang to come up and welcome to the ranks of N6A champions. Congratulations, Selena. One more round of applause for Selena.
To be honest.
Selena forgot the options. So the options are Aruba. We could do Aruba, Bali, Barcelona. Bali's a new entrant. Barcelona, Casablanca. If you want to venture out to North Africa in 2015, feel free. We got Rome, Santorini in Greece, and I think I'm missing one other, and Rio de Janeiro in Brazil. Yeah. That's Barcelona. That's Barcelona.
I like Barcelona.
Give it a think.
Can I think about
Yeah, give it.
It's me, Matt.
One more. Good. Back. You can be in it now.
Sore loser.
Pretend you're handing it over.